fastening and torquing area. So this is all the equipment, variable sizes. Like when you're on the wind turbines, you might use sockets that are that big, right? Working on bolts that are this big around. So these are smaller.
We're going to do it. Me and my associate Josh are going to sit here and we're going to demonstrate how to go about doing this. Some of the key things we're going to show you is we're going to communicate between us, so that way we both know what's going on. All right. Some other things. Once something is being lifted, nobody's allowed to be anywhere near. Hence why we have a barrier. All right. Turning on cat head. Clear. Clear. Get ready to lift. You clear? Clear. Lifting. Now, if you watch, I am not pulling. Therefore, the load is not lifting. Right? So, as long as I'm good, as long as this is spinning, I'm still okay. I have complete control over this load at all times. All right? And I can go to a certain point. Now, at a certain point, the people on top are going to take over, and they're going to start directing it. And that is because I can't see it 300 feet, right? So it's going to go up, go. All right, now, so I actually have a rope grab right here, and that means that at any point in time, it is supposed to grab the rope.
So you need to pivot and move here, and you got to inspect these boards. So what would happen is they would lock these out, and there's a passage just on the other side of this blade. They have to latch onto here, jump up on top. From that point, they have to latch onto this bar here, and then slide their body and hit this ladder. And then from that point, they can rappel down the blade, just holding onto the sides and saying, yeah, there's a crack, there's a delamination, there's different things like that. Or to get inside of these blades, you'd have to jump in. I would use that drone and then fly the inside of this blade. So you can see how this is a lot safer, just staying a couple thousand feet away, and we're able to still get the same inspection done from this distance. Each blade will have its own little passage through to see the age difference from it all. This tower specifically, you can see how it's more box shaped compared to like a 1990s tower, which is more circular, and they kind of kept this shape as the turbines got newer, and you can see them all throughout the whole site. From there, mostly everything's done third party. So like I said, we can fly from here, and we're able to fly probably this whole group of blades from this section, as long as someone in the control room can then turn it off from this distance. We can record that. We can go all the way upwards to about 32. You're about 120,000 up front, and then to keep up with it, you're probably about 20,000 a year. Lights. So yeah, you got lights in the front. You could also do oblique lighting. So say you were tank wall, I could lock onto you and scan, and then change it to oblique lighting. Turning off these lights, keeping those lights on. If there was a crack, I can see the depth of the crack. This LiDAR system right here shoots about 200,000 lasers a second, and at that point, you're able to encompass this whole building. But the craziest thing is, instead of 50 minutes, you get 10 minutes. So I can do one battery, I can inspect a whole blade internally and have a whole replicated blade. You'll probably see one of these images here of what the internal of the blade looks like. So if there is a crack or a defect, I can go on it and say, hey, that crack or defect is 5.2 inches long.
This is carbon fiber, right?
Yeah, it's all carbon fiber. The camera tilts up to 180 degrees. There's no GPS on it, so what does that mean? Unlike the Skydio, the DJI and stuff, how it's all GPS and you can let go of the controllers like I was there, this one's all manually flown, so you have to control the sticks at all times. So we'll demonstrate this at the end when we're taking a picture. Whoever wants to see it, we'll go ahead and pop it into the blade. I think there's enough room in that blade to be able to fly this inside of it to show you guys what that would look like as an internal inspection.
So how secure?
First question I have is, who's afraid of heights? Be honest.
Be honest.
Because I was.
Who's what?
Who's afraid of heights?
Oh. I am a little bit.
Because when I first started, I was afraid of heights. Definitely afraid of heights. But the cool thing coming through here is we're all about safety. Safety is what we teach. So everything we teach you guys here is, how to use the equipment safely, how to feel comfortable in it. So a little bit about the equipment we'll be using today is we have our full body harness. Right here, this is our full body harness. We got our, straps in our legs, our waist, and our chest. So if we were to fall, wearing a full body harness, that force to the body is spread throughout the whole body instead of just one portion. You know, back in the day, before OSHA was what came into play, they used to have body belts, and body belts is just like wearing a belt attached to a piece of rope. And if I fell backwards on that, what's going to happen? You're going to snap your back, you're going to break everything, you possibly die. And it catches fire. So you want to get your track tail, which is that blue device up there. You're going to attach that to an anchor point, and then on the end of that rope, there's a carabiner. You're going to attach that carabiner to your chest, and then jump off. And then it's going to slowly descend you. You jump off. I know, dude, when I first came through here, and they're like, just he's going to grab that wheel, and once his wave's on that wheel and he's hanging, we're going to tell him to let go. And once he lets go, it's going to slowly descend him down to the ground. So what he did, first thing going up there, is he tied off high as possible. Got his pelican hook, and he put it on that yellow anchor. So anything you see yellow or black, that's telling me that's an anchor point, that's a tie-up point, and I can use that to anchor myself to it. And then after that, he put his work position on. Again, his work position is just a tool. It's not part of his rescue equipment. It just allows you to work hands-free, make you feel it. So like right here, and you can give yourself slack. You can give yourself as much slack as you want with that work position. So once he takes his lat safe off, puts it to the side, he's gonna give himself some slack, and you can pretty much lay down while you're in your work position. Lean back, relax, and again, that's the hardest part about climbing, is trusting your equipment. Once you trust your work position, that's the hardest part. Climbing is easy. So then now once he wants to come closer, he'll pull that rope away from him on my work position, and it brings him into that truck. So then now, once he's ready, he's going to take that carabiner on that track tail, and he's going to attach it to his chest, his sternal D-ring. Once he does that, he's going to pull the rope, the other side of the rope down, so that carabiner can go up in that track tail. Once he does that, he's going to take his work position off, then take his pelican hook off, and he's going to grab that wheel and hang. It only takes 2 pounds of force to hold that wheel. So if you weigh 300 pounds, it only takes 2 pounds to hold that wheel. Once he holds that wheel, and he calls for his ground crew, I'm going to be his ground crew. I'm going to try to catch him, not catch him, but help him make sure he doesn't fall over the ground. And he's going to let go of that wheel. And he's slowly going to descend it. When he's ready, ground crew, ready? Ready? So let go. And then you guys want to make sure when they're coming down, you grab them by the back of the harness right here. So,
so if you go into the Marines, not Air Force, Marines or Army, you'll have a better chance of going into it. With learning how to properly job interview, with connecting with employers, networking, there's a whole bunch of different things that we do.
Yes. We set you guys up with employers, so we have a lot of virtual and on-site employers coming to you guys to talk to you and give you different opportunities. There's some pamphlets here that go over. But minimum requirement is
like, is it possible to rig deep?
That's what I'm fixing to tell you, what's rigging. All right, rigging over here, where we're going to concentrate more on cranes, the use of cranes, and rigging.
Oh.
So, rigging, yeah, for example.
5,000?
That ain't 5,000 pounds. But rigging is anything I would use to go from the hook of this crane, and I were attached into the object that I was going to lift. So these two slings right here are rigging. They're slings, right?
So I can swing on that?
No. And then we have our shackles, that would be considered rigging. And then these are my lifting eyes down here. That's anything that I use to attach to this. Probably somebody's gonna get hurt. Not only hurt, probably gonna get killed when you're talking that much weight. So so big, heavy weight. So that's why rigging is important, that we pick out the correct rigging and that it's rated for what the heck we're going to pick. Otherwise, I put something too flimsy on there and Humpty Dumpty's going to fall off the wall, right? One of the important things, they're saying in the crane world, basically bad things happen quick, right? Because if you got that much weight up there, you got a lot of weight, you don't have any time to react to anything. It's gonna go that quick. So it's super important before we start picking this stuff, we do inspections, we inspect all of our equipment. For example, would we want to probably pick with this one?
No. Absolutely not.
Probably not, right? Probably bad things might happen if I use that. Now this is a real extreme example, but it always amazes me. Inside of here, this is a cover, and those are just super fine. Look how fine that stuff is. And it's just all woven together, and the engineers have figured out, so in comparison, this sling right here is the same material as that one. It's the same stuff on the inside. It's so small, but this sling right here in a basket will do 5,300 pounds. Just that little tiny bit. That shows you how smart those engineers and those guys are, right? So me as a crane operator, if the engineers and they've stamped it with the working load limit, that's what I have to do. So inspections are super important because, like I said, bad things happen quick. So to keep those bad things from happening, we need to do all our pre-work, our inspections, and everything else to make sure it doesn't happen. So on a sling, we could have, what about that? You think we'd take that one out of service?
Absolutely not.
Probably, right?
What?
So I could have all kinds. Heat damage, maybe somebody was working with a cutting torch around this one. So I need to inspect these slings to make sure they're not abraded or anything before we start picking this stuff up. So probably what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a little inspection form.
Make sure that shield isn't cracked. Make sure that the actual hard hat itself is not cracked. There you go. Oh, it looks good. And it can be adjusted. It's always adjusted, right? PPE is our first line of defense when we're working with electricity, right? Knowing the components, knowing what voltages are there, we will know what PPE we're going to be utilizing.
Mr. Compton, take a picture. Mr. Compton, take a picture.
Okay? So, face shield, right? We know we have to inspect. How much dexterity did you have with your hands in those gloves? Could you pick up a penny with those gloves? It'll take you a minute. No. It would take a minute. It does take time to get used to.
Mr. Compton, you have a penny?
You have any?
No.
Do you have a quarter?
All right. So, cold, hot test to make sure that it's de-energized. It is part of your PPE. One of the most important parts of your PPE. How about this dude right here?
Oh,
It is a lock.
Switching up?
Yeah, this is the main switch to turn on my panel or my turbine, right? This is Lotto. Lotto. Lock out, tag out. Okay? Lock out, tag out, that's my lock. I got my name on my one key. Can I have two keys? No, only one key. Can I hand my key over? Hey, I'm gonna climb up. Once I get up there, I'll call you and you can take my lock off and power up. No. Can we do that? No. Oh no. The law, one key for each different locked out position. Right? Makes sense? Yes? All right.
What if you were to lose the lock?
What if you lose your key? Remember the dexterity of those fingers, right?
Just one
time. Lotto's removed.
Lotto's removed.
Lotto's removed. Good. Energizing. Main power supply. Are you clear?
Clear.
Clear. Good. Power supply is on.
Power's on.
Power supply is on. Now I have power to my circuit. Right?
So now I'm going to change the state of that motor, our load. I'm going to energizing motor left-hand rotation. Are you clear?
Clear.
On the button. Motor's on.
Motor's on.
Motor's on.
Notice I have a visual. I can see that it's going left by the lights. I can hear it's running, but can I see it? It's going too fast, right? So that's where we actually get, we have another meter. Phase rotation. It's measuring the rotation that that motor is running in. And notice it's in L, left-hand rotation, right? So I know that circuit is working properly, all right?
There's no difference psychologically between 60 feet and 2,000 feet in the air. So with the confidence climb, if you can climb over 80 feet, then you're going to be successful. So what he's doing right now, he climbs up what's called his vertical lifeline. It's that steel cable that attaches you. If your feet are not in the right place, they will slip out. Power is made out of metal. So metal and your face are not a good combination, right?
Think about it though, like, it's only like 40.
Yeah. See what I'm doing?
I'll tell you guys, I'll give you guys a 15-second warning.
Oh, it's gonna be blowing dust. Hold up.
Yeah, it's gonna blow some dust and it's gonna be a little bit loud, so just prepare yourself.
Maybe, yeah, back up a little bit. All right, so we're going to inspect the inside of a wind turbine.
Lady, you might want to move. You're gonna get all in your face.
It's gonna come this way. The wind's blowing this way.
All right, guys, we're gonna take off here. Watch out for the dust, guys. It will get you. 10 seconds.
I want purple seats. I'm in the splash zone.
It's coming right toward me.
3, 2, 1. And then you can turn around, you can see the full light. So for here, if you get someone shading you a little bit, you can kind of see what's going on.
What if he took laxatives?
What if he's he died?
We got to get.
If he was lactose,
we have to get Jaden to the Tehachapi to get his do his match.
I know.
But we gotta wait for Gio anyways. No, wait, that's him. I'm telling you, he was sitting down.
Blowing up the restaurant.
He's blowing up the baker, bro.
Was it him?
I don't know. I think he was wearing something white under, so I don't think so.
Go get him.
Oh, wait, that's him. That's him. That's him. That's him.
Wait, we can't go.
Step on the gas.
He already saw us.
All done. Go. Go. Just say we had shade over here.
Sorry. Okay, let's go.